Okay, welcome back to this week's Cantonese studying. We're going to pick up with the busy day story that we started last week. So why don't we go ahead and get started? Okay, so last week we talked through chapters 1 and 2, which was all about getting up, getting ready for the day, and then getting ready to leave the apartment. So remember, the two principal characters in this dialogue are Ray, the husband, and Kat, or Catherine, the wife. And so this week we're going to go through chapters 3 and 4, which is going to be about taking the lift and having breakfast. So I'm assuming they're going out to a restaurant or something. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, as I mentioned last week, one difference with this story versus previous stories from the Cantonese Learning Center is there's no dialogue, or there's no audio, unfortunately. But we can still get a lot of value out of reading through it and trying to piece together some of the meaning through, some of the more complex sentences, trying to work through the grammar, etc. So I think it's still actually pretty valuable to do. Okay, so here's Unit 3. Now, as we've discovered last week, these chapters do have vocab. I think they're right at the end. So I'm going to scroll past the dialogue to the vocab, if there is some. Just give me one moment here. There we go. Okay, so they've only specified, this story only specifies a very few number of vocab words compared to the other stories, but there are 3 vocab words for chapter 3, which is the taking the lift chapter. So first we have hao which is the word for after, like zi hao, and then mei is tail or end, tail. So hao is later on, afterwards. That makes sense. Next we have, let's see, some learn yi, always changing mind. So that seems like an idiom, maybe. 3 hearts, 2 ideas, always changing mind. Okay. Next we have duck kühn, which means privilege. And that's brand new to me. It's the first time I've ever heard that word, so it'd be good to see how that's incorporated in chapter 3. So scroll back up here. Okay, let me zoom in again so that it's a little bit easier to read on the stream. All right. So chapter 3, taking the lift. So dap is to take. You can dap leap, so take the lift. You can also dap taxi or dap basi, so take a taxi, take a bus. You would use dap for that. We've talked about in the past too that sometimes instead of dap, you'll hear ta, which is to sit. So you might hear cha basi, so to sit on the bus. I don't really know when it's appropriate to use one versus the other. So sometimes you'll see it used kind of interchangeably. I think they're both fine. Okay, so we start off here with the wife. Remember that at the end of chapter 2, they're both leaving the unit. The husband's waiting at the elevator, and then they're getting ready to take the elevator down. So the wife says, "Takla, mgoi sai." So takla is like it's okay. So it's okay. Mgoi sai. So thank you, and then sai is sai means completely. So you can yum sai, so you drank something completely, you yum sai, or sick sai, you ate something entirely. So here it's a way to make thank you a little bit stronger. So thanks entirely, thanks a lot. 唔該晒. So 得啦,唔該晒. Then the husband, Ray, says, 咦,你又話換埋色嗰對鞋嘅. Okay, so he says, you said that you changed. Trying to remember what I guess last week we ended where the wife was changing her outfit at the last minute, changing shoes and changing the jacket. So he sees her coming to the elevator and says, 你又話換, which is change. 你又話換米色嗰對鞋嘅, the pair of beige colored shoes. 對鞋, where 對 is a pair. You say that you changed to beige color shoes. 點解冇換到㗎? 點解冇換到㗎? 換到㗎? So why did you not change? Remember that do is for completing an action or successfully completing the verb. So why did you not change? Okay. Cat says, 後尾我都係覺得呢對好睇啲，所以咪換返呢對咯。All right, so afterwards, I still thought, so 我都係覺得呢對好睇. So this looks good or this looks better. It's better because the D at the end. So 好睇 is good looking, but D adds the ER. So 好睇啲. You could say 好啲 is better. You could say 遲啲 is later, where 遲 is late. 遲啲 later. 早啲 earlier. So this is 好睇啲, so better, like better looking. 所以咪換返呢對咯. So therefore, I don't know what the my is doing here, but we changed back. So 返 as in 返, okay, returning home. So 換返, changed back. 呢對咯. So change back to this pair. Okay. Then the husband says, 唉, 你哋啲女人真係啊. It's like these women. Okay. I think that I don't have much to say about that one, but 真係 is like real, really. Someone could say something surprising to you and you could say 真係, like really? And then the wife responds here is kind of funny. She says 真係咩? Like you can imagine almost like with a certain tone in the voice, like what exactly is, you tell me more, ... So she says what, basically. Then Ray says, so here's our phrase, that idiom we saw on the vocab list. 真係三心兩意咯. Really be changing, always changing your mind. 嗰個女人都係咁㗎啦. 你而家先至咩? 先至咩? So you only, okay, so this makes sense. Okay, so basically every reason it's every is it's duplicating the ga, ga, just like you can double up other words. So like yat is every day. I don't know if I can think of another word. Oh, ti is every time. So yat is one time. So if you double it up, it sort of means every. I think you could say yan, which is like every person. We've also seen that you can use mui for every. So you could say mui yat. I think you could also say mui ko loyan here as well, and it would be equivalent. Mui ko loyan, every woman. But they're just using ko ko. Ko ko loyan都係咁㗎啦. So every woman is also this way. 你而家先至咩? 先至咩? So 先至. So basically now, only until now did you know that or realize that. So you only then or only now know, where 而家 is now, 先 is first, and I think this is like an abbreviated form of like 先至, which is this here. So I was mispronouncing it because I thought it was this until I looked at the characters more closely. Only then, not until then. So I think it's actually just the first character, sin, which means like first. And then the character here, zi, is to know. Zido. So 我知,我唔知, I know, I don't know. So 你而家 now, sin, zi me. So you only now know that or realize that. 唔係,我知咗好耐. So no, I've known that, 知咗, I know, ed, past tense. 好耐, very long, like a long time. 唔係,我知咗好耐,好耐㗎啦. It's the ending. 由我識你嗰日開始. So from the time I know you or meet you, that day start. I don't know if it means that day I started knowing that, or maybe we'll find out in the rest of the sentence here. 我就已經知道女人係咁㗎啦. So I guess he's saying basically from the moment I met you, I already realized that. Okay. 你好衰㗎,又一人. So 衰 is bad. I didn't know that word, so that's new. 衰㗎,你好衰㗎,又一人. So you ridicule a person, ridicule me. 我邊敢日你喎,我講事實啫. So how did I ridicule you? I spoke. C is issue or problem. Here they're saying fact. So maybe C sat is fact. Sat is like low sat is honestly. So let's see what C sat is. C sat. Reality, truth, fact. C sat. Okay. 我講事實啫, where 啫 is like merely. It's another sentence ender, and it means merely. So I merely speak the truth, basically. I merely speak facts. 我邊敢窒你喎，我講事實啫。三心兩意係女人嘅特權，好似遲到一樣。So that phrase, always changing mine, is a woman's privilege, similar as 好似遲到一樣, same as being late, I guess. Okay. 三心兩意係女人嘅特權，好似遲到一樣。Then Ray says, 睇下你約咗邊個啦。如果你約咗客就唔會遲到。Okay, so depends. You arranged, so 約咗 is to arrange an appointment. 邊個 with who. If 如果你約咗客就唔會遲到. So if you arranged an appointment with a customer or a client, then you won't be late. 睇下你約咗邊個啦。如果你約咗客就唔會遲到. Let's try to say that one more time. A little bit slower, a little bit smoother. 睇下你約咗邊個啦。如果你約咗客就唔會遲到. So if you arrange with a client, you won't be late. 但係約咗你老公我呢，就成日都遲到. So, however, if you arranged an appointment with your husband, then you're always late. It's funny. Okay. Then Kat says, 你老婆我咪孫好咯，最多都係遲3個字。Your wife, so 孫打孫 or 孫 is like to be regarded as. Let me pull up that definition. 打孫. To intend. Okay, so no, 打孫 is actually to plan. Thinking of a different word, but 孫 by itself I think is to be regarded as. Yeah, to regard as. So你老婆我咪孫好啦. Let's maybe see what this 咪孫. Was it 5? Yeah. So don't, must not, are not. Interesting. I think this is just a shorthand for mhai, but it doesn't really make sense in the context of this because it's saying it's positive. Shin hola. So we'll keep moving on, but that's one I'm not entirely sure what that's doing in the sentence. 你老婆我算好啦，最多. So 最 is most, and you can add it onto other things. 最高 is tallest. 最快 is fastest. Here it's 最多. So greatest extent or most. 最多都係似三個字. So at most, uh, 三個字. Remember, we talked about time a while back and all this different ways you can express time. So one way was you count in terms of 5-minute increments on the clock, like an analog clock. You can say how many numbers on the clock. So 三個字 is pointing at the 3, or it's 3 units of 5, so 15 minutes. 三個字, where Z is character. So if you think of the numbers as characters, it sort of makes sense. 3 characters worth 15 minutes. So then Ray says, 係啊，我老婆最好㗎啦. Then the wife's cat says, 梗係啦, of course. So he said, my wife is the best. She says, of course. lift 到啦, 出 lift 啦. So the lift has arrived. So do, we saw do earlier. Let's see if I can find that again. I think it's a different do, but I want to double check that. Might have been on the previous page. Oh no, it's the same. So there's a progression of these that are built on the same components. For example, in Sinzi, which we just saw, there's this character, which is part of that only until or not until. Then there's do, which you can see has the Z on the left-hand side, plus the, I think it's the legs. Let me zoom in a little bit more. There. So you can see Z, and then the do has the Z on the left-hand side. And then there's another do, which I think is to spill. Now it's zoomed in too far, so I can't see the suggestions. Do. This one. So you can see that builds on the second one, where the middle and the right side is the second character, and then the left side has a yun on the left-hand side. So I get these confused quite often, but they're built on the same components, where the second one is kind of up until or arriving. Okay, so the character for arriving and the character for completion of an action, which is what we talked about earlier, wun do, to change clothes, wun do sam, wun do doi hai, change shoes. That character and the other usage, until or arriving somewhere, it's the same do. And then this final one, this is to like fall. I think it means to spill as well, or maybe just to fall. This is do, rising tone, do, and it's a little bit more complex. It's the same as do, but with a yun on the left-hand side. So to fall, collapse, do. So we saw wun do, to change. And then down here, down here it says lip do la. So the lift has arrived. So they're translating it as we're here. But it's literally that the lift has arrived to like its destination, I would assume. So I'm guessing they're inside. They must be inside the lift as they're talking, because afterwards he says chut lit la. So exit the lift. Let's get out. Chutleitla. Okay, I'm guessing that's the end of the chapter. Let's see. Yeah, that is the end of the chapter. Not bad. There were a few words there that are not in their vocabulary bank that I definitely didn't know. Like, what was that word for to make or to be bad? Sai. So this one, sai, means to be bad, I guess. They even underlined it, but it's not in the vocab for whatever reason. Okay. Just a reminder too, you know, we're not doing these fill in the blanks on the stream, but there is a lot of material here. If that's something that you're interested in, I would assume that these can be pretty helpful. I typically don't do them, but if that's the kind of material you like to study from, it seems like it would be good for reinforcing a lot of the sentence structures. You have some sentence patterns in here, even some descriptions of the grammar. It might be something I look at later, but so far I haven't really felt a need to do it on the stream at least. All right, so next we have the breakfast chapter. We'll go down to the vocab list again for this chapter. Here we go. So a few more words this time. First we have 冇位, no seats. So 位 is, I thought 位 was just space, like no space. Position, location, place, space. It is a classifier for people as well. So you can say, trying to think what's said at a restaurant. Typically it's like 幾多位, like how many people. So it's kind of a honorific way, the classifier, instead of just like, I don't know, 幾多人 maybe, but you would hear this at a restaurant, 位. But I guess it's seat or place as well. So 冇位 is no seats, no space, no place, no seats. 冇位. Next you have 減肥, lose weight. 減 is a reduction, so 減means reduction. Gam. To lower, to decrease, reduce, subtract, diminish. And then fei is fat. 好肥, very fat. So you're basically reducing the fat, losing weight. Make sense? I think it makes sense to me. It's kind of logical. So 減肥, to lose weight. There's the way I know 減is there's a phrase in one of the teach yourself dialogues where they say 大減價. 大 is big, 減價. Is that what it is? Yeah. It basically means, yeah. So ga in that sense was like price. So 大減價, so a big reduction in price, a big sale, like at a store. 大減價, so big reduction in price. So that's really the only other word I know of so far that uses gam, but I could imagine it's used in a lot of different places for reduction or, you know, shrinking something. And then fei, fat, losing or reducing fat. Next, we have, this is new to me, ma lao, gone. It says dried monkey. That seems oddly specific. Is that legitimate? It's very strange. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Keep going. Ho sick, tasty. Ho sick, very tasty. I'm finding the vocab in this dialogue is kind of poorly chosen because, like, there's not really. These two are the same, essentially. But anyway, keep going. Ya ge man. So ya is a shorthand for yi sup. Yi sup is 20. Ya is a shorthand for 20. Ge is, we've talked about that can be a placeholder for some number of something in between. So if it's ya ge, it'd be 20 something. And then man is money. So I would say 20 something dollars. They're saying more than $20. I think that's roughly the equivalent meaning. Next we have shi fuk, which is like comfortable. Ho shi fuk. Or shi fuk, not comfortable or not feeling well. Then we have mai dan, which is the closing the bill. Burying the bill. Mai dan. And then finally we have sai, no need. So someone thanks you or someone compliments you or something. I mean, you can use sai. It just basically means no need. There's a number of different ways that gets used. Okay. Not bad. So we'll go through and read it. This one looks to be 1, 2, 3, 4, roughly 5 pages. Okay. So chapter 4, sik zhou tan, to have breakfast. Ray, gamyat sik mayat zhou tan. So today, gamyat, sik, eat, mat what, zhou tan. Zhou is the same zhou as in zhou sun, good morning. Is just like thing or stuff. So mat is the what word, who, what, where, when, and why. So you're going to see that a lot. Mat what. Zhou tan, breakfast. So tan is, I don't know how to define tan. It's, you see it in the name of restaurants. Unit of meals, meal. Okay, so it's like a unit or a meal. I only see it in like tan tang, like restaurant, different type of restaurant names. You'll hear tan. Fai tan tang, it's like a fast food place. So,今日食乜嘢早餐啊? Cat, 冇所謂, 你話. So, doesn't matter, 冇所謂, doesn't matter, 冇所謂. 你話啦, or 你話. So, you say, as in up to you. 不如食粥啊. So, 不如 means like it would be better to, but here it's also saying it means like why not. 不如. It would be better to. I can sort of see what they're getting at there. I haven't seen it used this way before. I've seen this used as an it would be better to, or it would be best if, here it means why not. So a little bit different, but makes sense. 不如食粥啊. So why not have some kanji or have some juk, the rice porridge? Okay. Cat. 好啊，不過有時粥鋪，不過有時粥鋪好多人. So sounds good. However, 不過, so 不過但係 seems similar. 不過有時 sometimes. So si is the word in 時間, which is time. But you see it on its own. You see gan on its own as well, and a number of other multi-character words or phrases. So this is literally having time, like sometimes. Yeah, we'll see. Which makes sense to me, that kind of mnemonic. Yao si, having time sometimes. Yao si zuk po. Po tao is like a shop. So zuk po is a kanji shop. So if we look up po tao. This is like a shop or a store. Po tao. This tao is actually head. So it's kind of like all these characters build on themselves. Head, hairstyle, top. So it's like you're definitely not learning a bunch of characters from scratch. You learn one character and you see it in 30 different words. So it's you get pretty good reuse, I think, at least so far with the common characters I'm learning. You start to see them everywhere. So po tao is a shop. So 不過有時粥鋪好多人. So sometimes, however, sometimes kanji shops have a lot of people. They're very busy, basically. So 粥鋪好多人, a lot of people. 如果冇位就係大快活啦, which means 大快活啦. Fairwood fast food. I do not know what Fairwood fast food is. So let's look that up. Maybe it's a chain in Hong Kong. Dai Fai Wood. Yep, fast food chain in Hong Kong. Dai Fai Wood. Is this the same wood as in Sang Wood, which is like lifestyle? Sang Wood. Livelihood, not lifestyle. Life, activity, livelihood. Yeah, so it's the same wood. Sang Wood. And here's another one. So Sang Wood, Fai. We've seen Fai in a bunch of dialogues, which is like fee. So this is a cost of living. Sang Wood Fai. There was also like Yong Fai, so like a usage fee. Maybe like a Loi Hang Fai, traveling fee. So Fai is used in a bunch of places as well. Okay, so Cat is basically saying sometimes the kanji shop is busy. So if 如果冇位, if there's no seat, 就係大快活啦. So then we should go to this Fairwood fast food, whatever that chain is. Then Ray says, 好啊. Okay, then some time passes. Cat, 今日都唔算好多人，就食粥啦. So today is doesn't seem very busy. So should we eat juk? Should we, eat? She's looking for confirmation. 食粥啦. 好啊. Then Ray says, 你食啲咩啊? So what are you eating, I guess? 我食艇仔粥同有 tongue yao zak guai. So, tang zai. I guess a tang zai is little boat. So I have a little boat of the kanji and the breadstick. So the breadstick is like literally a deep fried breadstick that a lot of times it's sliced into little rings and you can put it in the kanji. Sometimes it's like bigger, fuller pieces, but a lot of times it's chopped up into rings. So yao zak guai. That's kind of cool because that's one of those words that I've heard said a lot, and this is where learning the characters really helps for this. I've heard words said verbally out loud, but I've never known what the characters are, and so it's hard to sometimes reproduce the sounds. But if you can look it up, then it's easier to kind of internalize it. So this is oil, yao zak zak zak, yao zak guai. I thought the middle syllable kind of had a K sound at the end, zak, but I guess it's za, yao zak guai, where I think yao is oil. Let's just copy it here. Oil, fat, yeah, yao, ga yao, add oil. And then this is, za, okay, deep fry, za, versus cao, which is, I think cao is like a regular fry. This is a deep fry, za, yao zak guai. Chinese donut, Chinese cruller. This guai is just ghost, I think. Yeah, guai. So yao zak guai. I don't know what the ghost character has to do with it, but makes sense. Okay. And then I wanted to look up tang zai, where we know zai is used for its son, but it's used to make the word smaller or diminutive, like gao is dog, gao zai is like puppy or small dog. But I've never heard tang, so curious. I guess tang is boat, small ship. I'm not sure how that differs from like shun. There's a boat character, sheen. Is it this one? Yeah. Shun is also boat or vessel or ship. Not sure if they're equivalent. Let me take a note on that for my I've been working with some language partners on this Hello Talk app. I haven't really talked about it a whole lot, but that's been working out really well for me. So anytime I have these kind of questions or questions about other material I'm studying offline, then I've been bringing that up when I ask my language partners. Okay. So we'll keep going. So it's a little boat. Tang zai zuk, tong yao zak guai. So a little bit of kanji and breadstick. And then so I guess he's asking her what she wants to eat, not what is she eating. It's basically asking, what do you want to eat? Like sick di me. He's not saying sick gun. He's not saying like, what are you eating? He's asking, what do you want me to order? And she's saying she wants a little bowl or a little boat of kanji with the breadstick. So then some time elapses. Ray says, 唔該一個艇仔粥，一個豬紅粥，一條油汁鬼，同一碟炒麵啊. So he's getting, in addition to what Kat is eating, he's getting a 豬紅粥. So pig red kanji. Says it's pig blood kanji. I've never had pig blood or pig blood kanji. I don't think that's something I would tend to enjoy, but I know it's common. And then the yet tiu. Tiu here is another one of those particles. So tiu is like for long stick-like things, I believe. Yet tiu. Oh, strips. Strips. Items. Long, thin things like ribbons, river, trousers, etc. Yet tiu yao za gui tong yet deep cao min. So deep is plate. Again, that's an article or a particle, I should say, classifier for the dish. So it's one plate of cao min. So fried noodles. Articles, particles, and classifiers. Yeah. Not great with the technical terminology here, but it's the thing that you put before the noun. And certain nouns have different things that you put in front of them. You know, one of them is deep for plate. One of them is tiu for thin stick-like things. Next, Cat says, 都係唔好艇仔粥改白粥唔該。都係唔好艇仔粥改白粥唔該. So she says basically she's interrupting the ordering process and being like, okay, well, actually, I want to change, please change the teng zai zuk for the bak zuk. So the goi is to change, like goi bean. Goi bean is to change. Goi is to change. Bak zuk is white kanji. Kanji is made of rice, so white kanji is just means plain, basically no fillings. So she's basically saying, exchange the small boat for a plain kanji, please. Next, Ray. 點解唔食艇仔粥嘅? So why not eating the little boat kanji? Cat, 我想減肥食少啲嘢啊嘛，少啲嘢啊嘛。我想 I want 我想減肥食少啲嘢啊嘛。啊嘛。Yeah, sometimes the tones are a little bit tricky. Like, it's easy to go upward in an upward direction with the tones, but I find if it's like a drop off, sometimes it's harder to stick the landing with that. But let's go through that again. 我想 I want. 減肥 to reduce fat, so I want to lose weight. 食少啲. 少 is less, and D is like lesser, so it's adding the ER, the logical ER, so fewer, lesser. 食少啲, yeah, stuff. We've talked about yeah gets used for if you don't have a more specific thing you want to say generically, you can use yeah instead of like a specific thing she wants to eat less of. She just wants to eat less in general. 我想減肥食少啲嘢啊嘛。Ray, 你都唔肥，唔使減肥啫。So you're not fat, so no need to lose weight. Oh, that's pretty nice. 你都唔肥，唔使減肥啫。Cat, 我鍾意啊。I like. Okay, don't know what that means. She likes what he said, I guess. I don't know. Likes to eat. Then Ray, 女人一句我鍾意就乜都得，乜都得，都唔講理 都唔講理由嘅. All right, so this is kind of a complex sentence structure. So he says, basically when a woman's like one sentence and then in quotes, 我中意, then I guess as in everything is okay, then you don't give a reason. Not sure I understand that fully. I think he's just saying that like women will say something like this without actually giving you a reason. Okay. Matto, I've never heard that. That seems like maybe it's a phrase, common phrase, because it's underlined. Matto. So maybe the definition will give us some insight here. Able to do anything. Let's see what the other dictionary says. Not in there. Okay. So we'll live with that. We sort of got a general sense of what they're saying. So not giving. So layout is reason. I'm pretty sure layout is reason. Reason, grounds, justification. So don't give a reason. 都唔講理由嘅. Yeah. Okay. Keep it going. Cat says, 女人係咁㗎啦. So women are like that. 女人係咁㗎啦. Okay, so here's where that weird vocab word comes in. I guess it's an idiom. So Ray says, 감도 being, and then in quotes. So 감도. So after you've completed the process of losing or reducing, 감도, being is to change. This is the being from goi being I said earlier. So now we've seen it used both pieces. Goi being is used. That's the full word to mean change or alter, transform. We've seen it used with just goi to change, alter, transform. Now we're seeing just being. So that's kind of cool. I've noticed this for a lot of words, like multi-character words. Sometimes they're just chopped up like that and used just a piece of it. So in this case, I guess you can use the full form or just the first character or just the second character, and they seem to mean very similar things. 감도 being, so losing or reducing successfully, then change to 마라오건, to become monkey dry. Still don't really understand. That's kind of a strange one. Let's see if this dictionary has it. I think we already looked it up in the other one and it wasn't there. Oops, that was the wrong character. Yeah, it's not in either of the dictionaries, so I don't know. This must be some really specific slang. There's a third dictionary I can look it up in, which I think is later on when I get further down the path. This is probably going to be one of the better dictionaries. It's called words.hk. It's a Hong Kong dictionary, but the dictionary itself is also in Chinese, so I don't use it that much because I don't know enough Chinese, to be honest. So here it says one do, so it couldn't find it. We can try to translate the page. I think Brave here asked me to install. Yeah, let's go ahead and install this translator. I'm not sure why I don't have this already on my Brave browser, but let's install this quickly. Okay. Usually it offers to do it inline, so I'm not sure why it's...
https://
No, that's not what I wanted. It's translating the URL, I guess. Let's maybe enter the page one more time. Yeah, not sure. Yeah, I'll have to figure out the Google Translate inline translation. You've probably seen that where you can translate a whole page into a different language. But if I zoom in, there's not... I think this is their 404 page. You can, in fact, you can see in the top left here, it says 404. And then this says one do, so that's kind of cool. We know how to read that now. One is to search or find. Do is unsuccessfully. So searched unsuccessfully, 404. I can show you that over here probably. Might be in the dictionary. If not, we can translate it here. Cantonese. Can't find. One do.
One do.
One do. Yeah, so I don't know. I've exhausted my ability to figure out what that phrase is. So I don't know. Maybe it's not that common. It seems kind of odd. But anyway, so then after that, whatever that phrase actually means. So after you reduce to the extent that you become monkey dry, whatever that is. 雷早知, so you know. I'm assuming it just means like too skinny. And then Cat responds, 剛係唔會啦. So of course I won't. 梗係 is of course. 梗係啦. 唔會 is will not or won't. And then la is just ending. 你當我傻你當我傻嘅咩? Fool, so saw is fool. Fool, so I didn't know that word either. That's new for me. Dong is regard. So I think it's different from sheen that we saw earlier, which is like regarding a topic. I think dong is probably regarding like a person. Let's see what it says. I'm finding that some of these glue words, they have so many definitions in the dictionary. It's like they can be very versatile, but it's kind of hard to pin down their meaning when it's that flexible. So this looks like it can be a number of things, but the first couple, to be, act, withstand, that's not really... Is that the same word? Yeah, it is. It's not really quite the meaning here. It's more like regards, I think. Oh, here we go. So I guess this has even multiple entries in this dictionary, but it's suitable, also means to regard as, to think. So she's basically saying, you think me a fool, like I would do that. Of course I won't do that. You think I'm a fool? Okay. This conversation is really spiraling. I don't know where they're going to go with this. So is that the next page? Let me zoom out here quickly. Page 38 to 39. I wish this was formatted differently so I could just scroll down. I'm sure that panning back and forth like this on the stream isn't ideal for any of you watching it. But we're on the second to last story with Cantonese Learning Center, so after that we're going to move on to some other material. so we won't have to deal with this panning problem with these PDFs anymore. But yeah, so that was page 38. Then we're going to page 39 over here. These things come. So I'm guessing he's afterwards he says sit yela. I'm reading ahead here to see if I can get context for what this phrase means. So I'm not sure. I'm guessing he just means the food has come. I don't know. Lie. So lie means to come. The things come. Lie la wa. Okay. So these things have come. Sit yela hai wa. So eat the things. Okay. Not sure on those first two phrases there. Next he says gungsi, which is company. Gungsi lao ha. Lao is like floor. Chung lao is it's like floor. So this is lao ha. Down the street. Okay. Ha, I guess directional as in down. Lao ha. Hoi zao opened. Hoi zao. Zao is past tense. So hoi zao opened. Hoi zao zuk po. So down the street, a company down the street has opened a kanji shop. Tam yat tong si hoi tong si hoi guo. So yesterday with tong si is coworker. Tam yat tong si hoi guo. Guo is experience. So if you add that at the end of like a verb, then it means it's something you've done before in the past. Hoi guo. So we went. We've gone. We went. Tam yat tong si hoi guo. Di ye ho ho sek wo. So their stuff is very good. Very good. Very tasty. D as in plural, or in this case, like uncounted. Remember we talked about D is used for plural things, but also uncountable things like grains of rice, grains of sand on a beach. You would just use D. You wouldn't count it really. So these things, D ho ho sek wo. Cat says, 幾好喎，你公司附近幾間茶餐廳. So that's great. That's good. Your company is near. 附近 is near. 幾間茶餐廳. So your company is near a few. 間 is the classifier for buildings or establishments. So 間酒店 hotel. 間屋企 home or house. So this is 間茶餐廳, which is a Hong Kong style cafe. 餐廳 is like a fuller way to say restaurant, and then cha is tea. So together it just means Hong Kong style. It's just the name of that type of establishment. 但係就間粥鋪都冇. Oh, so missed a couple words here. That might have we missed that last column entirely accidentally. Sorry about that. So it said 開咗間粥鋪. No big deal. That's just the classifier for the kanji shop. And then 食過, we saw that. So 附近有 So you have 幾間茶餐廳, you have a few Hong Kong style cafes. However, 但係就一間粥鋪都冇. However, you don't even have a single kanji shop. This domo is like not even. So 就一, it's kind of like 一 and then blank. Domo, 一 blank. Domo is like not even a single one. 一間粥鋪都冇, not even a single shop. So I guess when they say 公司, it's implied up above here that it's his company, I guess. It would make sense because he said he went with his coworker. So she's saying, like, it's good that opened because he didn't even have a single one before. And then Ray says, Hiya. Cat. Yeah, 乖唔乖啊? So are the prices expensive? Is the stuff expensive there? Yeah, 乖唔乖啊? 乖 is expensive. Also means like precious or treasured or esteemed, I guess. 乖姓啊. So when you ask for someone's last name at a restaurant, this is the 乖姓啊. You're treasured or you're valued. Like valued is maybe the other way to say it. Your valued surname, 乖姓啊. So what is your surname in kind of a polite way? 啲嘢貴唔貴啊? So are the stuff expensive? Ray, 麻麻地啦. So sort of, so. 要廿幾蚊碗粥㗎. So you need $20-something for a bowl of juk. 要廿幾蚊碗粥㗎. Won is bowl. So what is that? That seems pretty cheap. So I think the Hong Kong dollar is 20-something. So let's say 25. I think the Hong Kong dollar is like 7.6-ish to the US dollar. It's pretty cheap. 390 or 330 rather. Just round it up $4. It's not too bad. 不過間鋪頭啲裝 it's probably 裝修 or no, 裝修 is renovation, I think. So it says, however, the kanji shop's decoration. Oh, it is 裝修 is decoration. I'm thinking of another word that means renovate, but so he says, however, 不過the 鋪頭裝修 decorations 好靚, so very pretty, 好靚. 同埋啲位好闊落. So the seats 啲位好闊落. Foot is wide, I guess. That's kind of cool too. So if I zoom in on this, I guess that's as far as I can zoom in. We said sang wood, and there was another word we said that had wood in it earlier. You can see in this character, foot, that it has the two outside shapes. These are double doors, kind of like saloon doors. So those mean moon. That character on its own is called moon. So 5. Moon, which is gate or door. And then the middle section is the wood character that we looked up earlier. Wood. I'm not seeing immediately how the the meaning of these tie together, but what I wanted to point out was they talk about how in Chinese you either know the character or you don't. So you either visually you know what the character is or you don't know what the character is. You can't quote unquote sound it out like you could in English. English, you learn the pronunciation, you can sound out words. Actually, that's not 100% true though, because characters are complex characters are made up of simpler characters. Those characters are made up of individual components or units that stack together. Think back to the example we saw earlier today with the zi, do, and do, where it was each of those three characters are comprised of similar components. And this one, they talk about, I'm not an expert on this, by the way. I'm just, this is something that I want to get into more as I learn more characters, because I am hitting a bit of a wall with my character learning. But they talk about how there are these components that speak to the meaning of the character, meaning of the word, and then there are also components that give you a hint as to the pronunciation. So in this case, I wouldn't be surprised if the foot sound, it's very similar to woot here. So maybe that's like a pronunciation hint for this character. It may be, may not be, but I have noticed that in several characters I've learned where it's a complex character, it's made up of several simpler characters, and one of the characters, in a lot of cases, it's actually the exact same pronunciation, and the only thing that might be different is the tone. So if you have a sense of which component might be the hint for your pronunciation, you might be able to guess pretty closely what the pronunciation could be, even if you've never seen the character before. As for how that plays out, I read about that on this website called I think it's hackingchinese.com. I don't know what percentage of characters that's true for, but I just thought that was kind of cool noticing that just now. So I wanted to look up that character in the dictionary. Foot, wide. I saw this in a piece of a dialogue I was studying offline where they said that a road was wider. So I think they said futti, wider. They were comparing roads in Haiyingguok Tongmai, Hong Kong. So they're comparing roads in England versus Hong Kong. And they're saying the roads in England were futti, they're wider. So here, DY whole foot mo. Or hold on, let me read this from the beginning. So he said that the decorations were, what was it? The decorations were beautiful. Then he says, whole footlock, spacious. Footlock, I guess, is spacious. Okay, literally is spacious. I was trying to figure out, like, what is falling with wide? How does that mean spacious? But it's just a compound word. It means spacious. Footlock. Mo yapun juk mean po gum big. Gum big. So this says not as general. Mo yapun. Yapun is general. Mo yapun juk mean po gum big. So kanji noodle shop is a juk mean po. Gum big is, so big is crowded. Cho tak ho shi fut ga. So sitting is very comfortable. So the seats must be good. We've seen this before, this pattern where you do verb and then tak and then sort of like an adverb for explaining the verb. So like they performed tak and then ho, like they performed well, they performed good, performed well. So this is saying sitting or sit tak ho shi fut. So sitting is very comfortable. Okay. I feel like we flew through chapter 4, and this one seems to be taking much longer. I think there's some like interesting patterns in these sentences. Zoom out one click here so we can see the full line. All right, so he's explaining this new jukpo to the wife. So then Kat says, 咁就更係貴啦. So then of course it's expensive. 中環啲租咁貴. So Zhongwan is a neighborhood in Hong Kong. 中環啲租 rent. So the rents or the rent in Hong Kong in Zhongwan is 咁貴, very expensive or so expensive. 中環啲租咁貴. 你估好似呢度咁平咩? So you think that you think it's so cheap here, or the prices are cheap? So 14蚊一碗粥，4蚊一條油汁鬼. Okay, so I guess she's talking about the place they're currently at, saying that these are the prices. 14蚊. So $14 for one bowl of kanji. 4蚊一條油汁鬼. So $4 for a breadstick. Okay. Ray. 咁梗係啦。食完未啊？食完就走啦. Okay. Of course. Are you finished yet? We'll eat, and then after we finish, then we'll leave. Cat, 食完啦，你埋單啦. So I'm finished. Close the bill. 唔該，埋單. Okay. And I'm guessing that's the end of the chapter. Oh, and then the waiter at the end just says, 一共30蚊啊. Altogether, $30. I kind of feel like I missed something in the middle there. So he's describing... She says it's great that you have this close to you now. He's describing the facilities. She asked if it was expensive. Where did she ask if it was expensive? Here. 啲嘢貴唔貴啊? He says so. Requires $20-something for juk. But the decorations are nice. Lots of space. Yeah, so I think it's really this sentence where she's asking, you think that similar to this place, so cheap, 14蚊. I guess she's just basically saying, like, of course it's expensive there. It's like way nicer than the place we're at, I guess, comparatively. I think that's what she's saying. Yeah, I think that's all it is she's saying, like, look at the prices here. It's only it's $14 for a bowl, $4 for the yao zhe guai. And then he agrees, and then that's the end of that comparison discussion. And then he just asks, are you finished eating? She says yes. Ask for the bill or close the bill. He asks for the bill. And then the waiter says, 一共30蚊啊. 一共30蚊. Okay, altogether $30. Wow, okay. It's a bit tough. So now we did chapters 4 4 and 5, I guess. Or no, 3 and 4. So then next week we'll do chapters 5 and 6, which are about taking the MTR and arriving at the company. But for now, let's quickly do a couple minutes of vocab review, everyone's favorite part of the hour. I did say last week that I was going to try to figure out how to zoom in on this a little bit more, so I spent some time earlier today on that. So first of all, I can full screen it now, which is nice. I feel like older versions of this software, for whatever reason, you couldn't really zoom in. Now I can full screen it. And then surprisingly, the program doesn't support zooming in and out on its own, but there was an add-on. So this Anki program has all these add-ons for all sorts of things. I don't use really any add-ons, but I wanted at least the ability so I can zoom in and out like this. Because before it was pretty small. I think it was about this size. So if you're watching this particularly on mobile, but even on a desktop, it's a little bit difficult. So I can appreciate that. So I wanted to be able to zoom in some. Okay, so if you've seen these videos before, you know the drill. If not, I've got a series of flashcards. I tend to split out different flashcard decks for different material I'm studying. Right now we have one that's just all of the previous Cantonese Learning Center dialogues we've gone through in the previous several months. So through time, this will include our current dialogue, although as we've seen for this busy day story, there aren't too many new words. So it's primarily all the previous stories we've gone through. So with that, we'll just go through it together. Some of it's listening, some of it's reading, some of it's translating, and just kind of review and see where we're at. Okay, so first one is yeah. So stuff, things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
已經
Next is a listen one. So 已經. 已經 is already. 我已經做嘢. I already did stuff. 已經.
已經
已經. Next is ngam ngam, which is like, I always get this confused. When it's doubled up, it means like just now, I think. And when it's a single character, ngam, ngam, it means like correct or incorrect. So I think this is like just a second ago or just now. Yeah, just now.
啱啱
Ngam ngam. Keep in mind, again, if you're watching this the first time, I'm using text-to-speech in this flashcard program. The pronunciation of the text-to-speech it's sort of right, but it just gives you in the ballpark of what it sounds like. You'll want to listen for these characters in your actual dialogues and mimic the native speakers in the dialogues and not rely just on the text-to-speech, because it's not going to give you the right pronunciation, but it gives you in the ballpark something to remind you of what it's supposed to sound like. Okay, participate and take part in, to join. So that's 참가.
참가
There's another word I learned around the same time as this from Teach Yourself. So 참가 is to join or participate, like in an event or party. There's another one, 탐구원, which is to visit. So I sometimes get these mixed up, but they're very different meaning. To look around, tour, visit. The first character is the same, I believe. Yeah, tam, but this is tamga versus tamguan. Next, we have one of those three characters we looked at earlier. You remember what that one was? So it's the most complex of the three. It has the zi in the middle. Then it has the do on the right hand side, and then finally the yun on the left hand side. So I think this is do, which is to like fall or collapse. Do. Next, dining room. So this is Fan Tang. Fan Tang.
飯廳
So it's kind of like rice, and then this Tang character. So there's a number of rooms that are like that, like Hak Tang. It's like customer. It's the same. I think it's the same character as customer. It means living room. Hak Tang is living room. This is Fan Tang, just eating room, dining room. Okay, this next one, I want to say it's Ting Ta, clear, but I don't know that. This seems very foreign to me. Ting Ta. Oh, it's Ting Geet, to clean. Ting Geet.
清潔
Ting Geet. So I was thinking Ting Ta, which is clear. I don't even know. I don't remember what the characters are. I think it's this one. Yeah. Ting Ta, clear. Understand thoroughly. Looks like the first character is the same. Ting. Yeah. But this is Ting Geet, to clean. So I'll mark that as again because I didn't know that one. Next. I don't know this one either. It looks kind of like bong, like a pound. Oh, it is pound.
磅
Bong. Yep, bong. 1 pound. I guess I've never seen it zoomed in so much. That's kind of an interesting side effect of having it zoomed in like this. I have never seen the character this big before, so I missed out on a lot of the detail. But this is bong, like 1 pound. Yep, bong. 1 pound. Okay. This is fong bean. So this is like, is this like casual clothes? Fong bean. Don't remember. Oh, it's just convenient. Yeah, fong bean. I think I was thinking of bean foot, which is like casual clothes. Let's look that up as well. Casual wear, yeah. Bean foot. It's the same bean. And then this is the same foot from she foot that we saw earlier for comfortable. And then foot mo is also service. So kind of taking a digression with these, but just to show you, this is kind of how when I study, I try to pursue my questions. If I notice something, it's good to pursue that. I think just being curious is a big component of this. So fong bean is just convenient, suitable. Okay. Chocolate, jikulik, loanword.
朱古力
Jikulik. Next we have DNC, television. So this is electricity. DNC.
電視
DNC. I guess we have it again. Television set, DNC. Oh, DNCK.
電視機
That's fine. I'm going to mark that as correct. So gay is just machine. So TV machine. DNCK. Next we have chutsai is to be born.
出世
So chut is to come out or to go out, and sai is part of saigai, which is world. Come into the world.
出世
Chutsai. Next is sao is hand, so I think this is sao tai, portable.
手提
Sao tai. Dialect, language, spoken words. This could be a number of things. I'm not sure. So this could be yu, like yu is like Cantonese. This could be, yeah, I'm going to say the second character there, yu, but I'm not sure. No, this is just wa. Okay. It's like speech. So this would have tipped me off here. Conversation. Mark that as again. To a place, until, up to arrive. So I think we saw this. To arrive is do. Yep, do.
到
So this one, this is 果, like 山果. That's the 果. So this is used in fruit, 山果. This is also used in 雨果, if. I think this is the geet from geet fun, to be married or to get married. So I think this is geet guo, which is that result? To bear fruit, outcome, result. Yep. That kind of makes sense, right? So geet. Don't know the exact definition of geet, but bear fruit probably is very close to the literal translation of this. To bear fruit, to have a result.
結果
Geet guo. Meals, dishes. I think this is song.
餸
Song. Restaurant would be like, it could be a number of words. It could be tantang. Zhao lao is another one, yeah.
酒樓
I'll mark that as good. That's an easy one. Zhao lao. My flashcard design is not perfect here, where a lot of times, at least from the English direction, it could be a number of words. It's hard to know. Used in the names of grand buildings, such as, is this Bat Lo Yun or something? Bat Lo. So I think it's this here, which is Dai Ha, something like that. Dai Ha.
大廈
So it's like as a part of names for prestigious places. Dai Ha.
嚴肅
Yim Suk is that severe? Serious, severe. Yim Suk.
嚴肅
In large part. This is greater part, majority. I think this is like Daibo Fun.
大部分
Daibo Fun, yeah. Roughly, approximately. I think this is Dai Yart. Oh, Dai Koi.
大概
So let's look up Dai Yurt. So Dai Yurt means about, approximately. This seems like it might be a synonym. Dai Koi. I'll mark it as again, just because I'm not as familiar with Dai Koi as Dai Yurt. Singing star, famous singer. So I know that, like Tut Mang, so Mang is name, Tut is out. So famous, like a famous name or a famous person is like has a Tut Mang. I think Mang is used here. Mang Sing is like a star, but this is not just a star. This is a singer. I think it's Go Sing. Yeah.
歌星
So star, literally the in the sky. Sing, that's the star. Go is to sing, I believe. Song or to sing, yeah. So singing star, literally. Gossing. I should have marked, let me go back. I should have marked that as hard. I think I can go back in, maybe not. And so in the mobile app, if I do that occasionally, I accidentally click forward, I can go back a step. I don't know if I can go back in the desktop program though. Maybe undo review. Yeah. It's good to mark this legitimately as you either got it wrong or it was difficult, average, or easy, just because it helps the scheduling algorithm, so you see it more or less frequently. If it's easy for you, you don't want to see it every day. But in this case, it was hard, so I'd like to see it more frequently. We'll do maybe 5 or 10 more, then we'll call it a day. So this, I think, is difficult. I think this is Lan.
難
Lan, yeah. L versus N here, again, where there's the L sound. Some words have changed from N to L in Cantonese. I like to use L for this word and say lan, but I guess the original word is nan. Difficult.
難
Like, same, similar. Is this yat yang or ho ti? Oh, it just says tong. Together is probably what I should have picked up on there. Together or with. I guess it can be used as like or same, but I think of it in terms of together or with. Ngõ thằng lei, me and you. Together. So I'll mark that as again.
教書
Gaoshi is teacher, or to teach. Gaoshi. So teach and then books, teaching. Immediately, instantly. I think this is zik huk.
即刻
Zik huk. Okay. To feel apologetic. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Probably either doimju or I think, yeah, doimju. I was going to say mhoyisi, but that's more like sorry for taking up your time. This is just says I'm sorry. Say doimju. No, it wasn't mhoyisi. Okay.
唔好意思
I guess I should better understand when to use one or the other. I think this is more like being polite. I think doimji is like more directly sorry about something. I feel like this is more polite because you'll hear people saying this before they ask you a question. Like if you're going to ask someone out front of a store who was like handing out flyers or like maybe ask someone for directions on the street, I feel like you would use mhoyisi versus doimji is like, I don't know, I stepped on your toe or something. But I'll mark that as again, just it's good to get the practice. This was one we just missed, so this is tingit,
清潔
to clean. You'll see that this is not the same git as in gitgua. This is a different character. Same pronunciation, but different character.
清潔
So learning the characters helps distinguish in those cases. If it's the same, if it's a homonym, it sounds exactly the same, including the tone. The character is how you're going to know what the word is. Or in the case of listening and speaking, you'll know it from context. Surname Lo. House with more than one story. So this is Lao. Cheng Lao or Lao. Lao.
樓
Lao. So more than one story, like a flat. A Cheng Lao is like a flat. Next is Fong Bin is convenient.
方便
Traffic jam. So this is sukte.
塞車
Oh, sukte. Slightly wrong pronunciation. Sukte. Mark that as hard. Next is this. I want to say this is mo, like hat. I keep getting this and the word for singing, turn, mixed up. This is mo. Okay.
冇
Mark that as hard. And we'll end with this one. It's an easy one. So this is Guangzhou, which is an area in China. Guangzhou.
廣州
Sub-provincial city. And it's the capital of Guangdong province. So Canton. This is Guangdonghua Cantonese, comes from the Guangdong province. So I was just going to ask, I didn't know what the relationship between Guangzhou and Guangdong was, if they were peers, like they're both provinces. Sounds like it's actually a city. Guangzhou is a city that happens to be the capital of the Guangdong province. Okay, so mark that as easy. And sync the vocab, or sync the flashcards. So with that, we are done. Another week of studying in the books. This was, I think, a bit harder than last week's chapters, but I liked the complexity in some of the sentences where I knew most of the words, but when you know the vocabulary of the individual words, then you can play around with the more complex sentences and try to piece it together. So, again, if you like what you saw, please subscribe. If you have something you want to say, give me some feedback. Please do submit some comments, send me messages, and yeah, I'd like to incorporate whatever feedback you have. Like I said a few minutes ago, I have one more story from Cantonese Learning Center that we'll do after we finish the current story. And then we're going to have to branch out into some other material because we'll be out of that particular website's stories. So look forward to that. And please do keep studying this week. Let me know if you have questions about studying, if you have any suggestions, or if you want me to give you feedback, and I'll be happy to do so. So until next time, take care, stay safe, stay happy, and keep studying. And we'll see you again same time, 7 p.m. on Sunday next week. Take care.